And now let's talk about the important match between Indonesia and Japan scheduled for later tonight. How likely is Indonesia going to advance to the round of 16? To find out more, we're joined by Yusuf, Raihan from Ruang Taktik on what's gonna come up with the game tonight. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. So let's go with the. Before we talk about the match tonight, can you share your thoughts on the game before between Indonesia and Vietnam and Japan versus Iraq?
Yeah, I've got a smile on my face right now, just hearing that, Indonesia win against Vietnam.
Yes.
It's a rare occurrence.
It is.
We've always struggled a lot against Vietnam in the last couple of years. But yeah, yesterday was such a big win, 1-0 win against Vietnam, and we are now third in the group. And yeah, I think that it was a huge result for us, especially in this stage. And winning against Vietnam, it's always a good feeling because they are our rivals in the Southeast Asia, right? And also for the Japan game, I think that was a big surprise.
Was.
I came here and said that I did not see any scenario where Iraq can win against them, but it actually happened because football, anything can happen, right? And yeah, they lost 2-1 against a physical Iraq side, who they showed their dominance in the air, scoring through 2 goals through crosses. And yeah, I think that was such a big surprise, and that it caught us all off guard. And yeah, now the scenario is it's a bit jumbled up right now.
Yes. Now let's talk about the match coming out tonight, later tonight. It's one of the more important games for both countries actually. For like at this point, Japan now is like I don't know, is the pressure more on us or is in Japan?
Yeah.
But what do you think? What do you think is the strategy for Coach Shin Tae-yong will use against Japan, since Japan is again head to head for Indonesia? They occupy the 17th place in FIFA, and do you think they're gonna use the same format 3-4-2-1, or what do you see on this?
Yeah, of course, Japan, they are one of the best teams in Asia, probably the best right now on form. So yeah, it's going to be a tough task to defeat this Japan team, and we need minimal a point against them. So a draw would be a really great result for us,
It's
especially
sufficient enough for it.
Yeah, it's sufficient enough. Yeah. And I think that it is doable, but it is going to be really tough, especially against this Japan side, who has been in incredible form before the tournament starts, winning against Germany and Spain in the last World Cup. And yeah, they haven't lost in the 11 previous games before playing against Iraq, where the surprise there. And yeah, it is definitely going to be really difficult to play against them. And they have quality all over the pitch, from the goalkeeper to the forwards. I think that if we are going to have to, steal a draw against them, it is going to be through sheer hard work and defensive solidity. That is the main thing here, because they are really excellent in tight spaces in between the lines, where they have players such as Takumi Minamino or Takefusa Kubo or Junya Ito, where they are really dangerous with the ball. So yeah, our backline, they are in for a difficult task.
Yeah.
And we have to be really disciplined. We have to maintain the compactness through all of the lines, from the defensive to the midfield line. And yeah, I think if we are the best case scenario where I can see us getting here in this game is actually just a draw, because it is really difficult for us to expect our boys to win against Japan. Yeah.
So Mas Raihan, your goal is right now is for a draw, and like to get there is defense. Just get the guard, no matter what, just close it. No, don't let them have a chance to get even close to the goal. Like from what I'm getting. So now, although Indonesia defeated Vietnam, the Garuda squad lost the rest of their matches against Libya, Iran, and against Iraq too. Now, what importance do you think that can be made to improve the team's performance?
Yeah, as I said before, the defensive solidity, where we need to be communicative with each other. So there are moments that we leave gaps in our defense that needs to be filled in with other players. So midfield players who are going to cover for the defensive players. That is going to be key because this Japan side is full of technical ability. So they are really strong in 1v1 situations where you can imagine Kaoru Mitoma going against Asnawi Mangkualam, and that is a really scary side. Then we have to double up on him, and that is where the communication steps in. That is how we are going to keep our defense solid. And yeah, first of all, that defensive solidity, communication, we need to be better at that because we kind of struggled at that against Iraq. I saw a lot of miscommunication in the back line, especially Jordi Amat, who played a shaky game, I think, in the first game, but played really well in the second game, played much, much better. And also, we have to be more decisive because I think in front of the goal, there are some moments that we kind of took 1 or 2 extra touches that killed the momentum of the attack. Maybe you can see that Rafael Strauch kind of overcomplicated things a little bit with his, 1 or 2 touches that I said before. And yeah, we have to be more, you have to have that killer instinct in front of the goal. And maybe we kind of lack that instinct, that, final touch in front of the goal. So yeah, I think those two, first of all, defensive solidity through communication, and the second one is our decisiveness. It has to be better, especially in front of the goal.
All right, so tonight's game is very important. Can you give us an idea first, like what happened if Japan lost, or what happened if Indonesia lost?
So there are 4 third place teams that are going to go through. So there are 6 groups here, right, in this Asian Cup, and the 4 best third place teams. I know that sounds kind of complicated, but if you rank all those third best place teams, then the top 4, they would go through to the last 16. And now Indonesia, they are in the fourth spot. So it is kind of a little bit squeaky bum time. And we are expecting, not expecting, but hoping that other matches go our way. So we have Oman, who is going to face Kyrgyzstan, where if they win the game and we lost the game against Japan, then it's as good as over for us. And also we have Bahrain, who is going to play Jordan, and if they lose against Jordan, then there might still be
a chance that
we lose the game, but we still can qualify. So yeah, it's a lot to take in actually, but the thing is, I think that the most realistic chance is that we are hoping for a Bahrain loss against Jordan, or an Oman draw or loss against Kyrgyzstan, which is going to be tough because Kyrgyzstan is not really at the best of form right now.
Okay.
So I think the more realistic outcome is that we are hoping for a Bahrain loss. But I would want us to, just seal our place in the last of 16 with a draw or a win against Japan, hopefully.
Yes. Now, you mentioned earlier, like the worst case scenario, what we're hoping is a draw. But what's your predictions? What's going to happen tonight?
You're putting me in a tough spot.
Oh, yes, I am.
So I don't think that we have the capacity or the quality to win against this Japan side. But, the realistic side of me thinks that it most probably this is going to be a loss against this Japan side. They are quality, they are excellent. They are one of the best teams in maybe the world for a reason, on form, right? So I think that probably is going to be a 2-0 loss against this Japan side. But the hopeful side of me thinks that, because football is full of surprises, right?
Right.
I think that we can nick a draw against them, or even maybe steal a win.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna hope, then let's just hope for a win.
Yeah,
why a draw? Let's not stop there.
Because we have our own weapon as well through Pratama Arhan's long throws, and yeah, we have. I think Shin Tae-yong has a lot of surprises in him.
Yes, well, we're gonna see what's gonna happen tonight, but at the same time, at least a draw, but we also are hoping for a win for Indonesia.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's a big pressure too for Japan. So hopefully they feel that pressure, and then things again, we never know, so it can be a surprise. All right, Mas Raihan, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts here, and we'll see what's gonna happen. I mean, you've been wrong before with the Japan and Iraq. We'll see if, like, your prediction, whatever.
Hopefully, I'm wrong.
And this time, if you're wrong, everybody's gonna be happy in this country. All right, with that, we're going for a break. When we return, entertainment news still coming up. So stay here on the C Morning Show.